Hey guys, Morrelle McCrary here with Ramtech PC Solutions. I've got my buddy Thomas Henderson with ACI here. Today on Guarded Growth, we are talking about third-party breach scenarios, right? Remember, Guarded Growth, we are here to craft cyber confidence for business owners. So let's dive into today's topic. Thomas, you kind of brought this one up as a cool idea, and you said, people really aren't thinking about why they should be concerned with third-party breaches. Tell us what that looks like.
Yeah, so, I just think of it from my end of the business and your end of the business. So much of what we do in terms of what we provide and product and service, it's based on somebody else's platform, right? Somebody else's software, things like that. I didn't create the
Right.
software. I have a license to use all these other softwares. And then, of course, we use Ramtech PC Solutions to help make all that integrate and work nice and seamless and in a very protective and preventative fashion. Should any one of us goobers over here at ACI who are human make an error and cause issues, we've got a support team that could come in and help prevent it, help put the kibosh on it, so to speak, and have some good protocols on handling that. And then, of course, we have all that guarded up from a financial standpoint with some cyber security insurance protocols as well. So that, yeah, like I said, I am a human, and I can just as easy as anybody else have a ACH fraud go down and
Right.
cost my company a significant amount of money, which costs the client a significant amount of money, so on and so forth. So third parties, when you got third party systems that are integrating to elements of your business, to how you conduct it, whether it's payroll reporting, obviously point of sale transactions, that's a huge one. There's exposure there that you're likely not thinking about. And in the event that one of those third party systems were to be compromised, not because of anything you did, but something that compromised on their end of the protective measures being breached, there's certain things that are expected of you that you need to have a response plan for and be prepared to handle, so that if it does in turn impact your business, the insurance company that you do business with, the actual carrier themselves that provides the coverage for this cyber attack, can come in and say, okay, yes, you're checking all these boxes from a protective standpoint. You're doing the best business practices. Your coverage is in effect, and we're going to pay this out. Peace of mind, sleep easy, rest easy. We'll get you back up on your feet, keep moving forward. That's the whole goal. That's the whole plan. That's something
Right.
that like
So
doesn't
I
need
get
to.
that, but help business owners understand, like, I'm a doctor. I subscribe to eClinical, right? eClinical, I log in, I do my 2FA, I'm in there, I'm secured. What happens if, you know, some hacker gets a hold of eClinical? Am I, as a doctor, as my practice, liable because eClinical got hacked? And I think that's the misnomer that people don't think about, right? They
Right.
don't think about, yeah, I've got all these portals and all these things I access. And you're right, they're hosted on somebody else's server, if you will, right? Like the nuts
Yes.
and bolts behind that screen that people see is it's there and it's hosted, but they don't realize that that is sitting somewhere. That stuff is not just floating around in the cloud like people think the cloud is, out there. Hackers are trying to get into that. Anywhere
Oh
you
yeah.
got personal information, anywhere you got social security numbers, driver's license numbers, addresses, phone numbers, anything to create or fake somebody's identity or copy your credit card information, that's where hackers are targeting,
That's
right?
the name of the game.
Right, right, right. So when you think about these third-party breaches, and we've heard several times, I think last year it was in the news a lot where companies were a target, right?
Yeah,
Like, so
absolutely.
what are the IT companies doing? It's really important, business owners, if you're watching and you got this far, it's really, really important. If you're working with an IT provider, ask them what their security protocols are. If they don't have security protocols in place for themselves, you need to shop, and you need to
Call
shop
Ramtech.
now.
Call Ramtech.
I don't care who they land with. They just need to shop and find somebody
Right.
that has security protocols in place and has the cyber protections to back them up in the event something happens, right?
Right.
And I
That's
get
exactly.
really, really passionate about this topic because people don't stop and think.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
stop and think, what is at risk. You know, if you've got an IT company and they're doing your IT and they're doing it on a monthly basis and you're paying them monthly, that's important too. If you're paying them monthly to protect you and you find that they don't have adequate security measures in place themselves, shop till you drop.
That's right. And understanding your terms to your agreement to use these other third-party systems and making sure you know what your responsibilities are there, because when it comes to cyber risk, it's very expansive. Just to give you an idea, liability coverage. Here's what that includes. Technology errors and omissions. You make an error or an omission from a technological standpoint that creates a breach or whatever, a fraud transaction, that's what that's there to cover. Privacy and security. If that breach leads to privacy and security concerns, that's covered. Breach response. How do you respond to the breach? And there's coverage in place that helps pay for that through your protective measures on the insurance side. Notification, cyber extortion, data restoration, that's a huge one. Cyber crime coverage, computer fraud, funds transfer fraud, social engineering fraud. That's one we've touched on in the past. Business interruption and system failure. There's layers of coverage for all this type of stuff. And the carriers who do this really well will provide you with adequate coverage and support, more than just saying, hey, here's some money, because there's all this stuff that has to happen to get you back in place to keep
you got pen tests, you got log audits, there's so many different things that are underneath that hood that you don't realize until you're right in the middle of that thing.
That's
right. And that's what we're trying to do, guys. So all in all, we want to educate you guys. Like Thomas said, we want to craft a cyber confidence for business owners with this podcast, with this video series, with everything we do. Again, I will advocate 100%. I don't care who you use. I prefer you use me in my company and Thomas in his company. I would prefer that. But all in all, we want to educate you so you make the right decision to use the right provider to make sure you're protected and you're safe.
That's exactly
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and be on the lookout for more content. That's it for today's Guarded Growth.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.